I have a meeting.
At the Playboy Mansion?
You know, Playboy Mansion, strip clubs, whorehouses. I go where the meetings are. It's my job.
And now, back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Thanks for listening to the Big Dumb Fun Show. We're here Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. For the rest of the week,
you can watch it in replay.
Live at 7 PC. That's right, but PC... It's not exactly what you're going to get when you listen to the Big Dumb Fun Show. We had a guy named Chris stay back after his sports segment because you mentioned one thing in the very first part of your segment about how you just found out who your dad was, or you just found out who your brother was, or both.
Can I interject? What's really funny about this is you're making him talk about it, and you didn't even ask him if he wanted to. This man has feelings.
That's what I do.
Look, you might break his
heart.
It's
no feelings.
He might get emotional about it.
No.
That's what we want because that's some good radio.
Response. Yeah,
I'm hoping I can cry,
radio.
But
please, if you would just be able to try to squeeze one out.
I know.
And a tear.
And a tear. Okay.
So tell us about what happened. Your mom found, or your wife found your. Just start from the beginning.
Okay. Never met my dad. My parents, as far as I knew, split up when I was a year old. This is like 1968. Searched for my dad for years and years. My wife ends up taking up the hunt for him in the last probably, I don't know. So about 1995. Sorry, I find out that he actually died. I find a death certificate for him.
Oh wow!
And he died in 1984 when I was 18. And but that's all I know. And so I can't find out, but I know that there's a death certificate, that there was also a Social Security payout. And the only way they do a Social Security payout is if there was a wife or a kid.
Yeah.
But they won't give me any of that information. So we spent about another 10, 12 years trying to track down.
Was his last name Renn?
My dad's was, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you could Facebook Renn's and start going.
But even though you researched him, how did you know it was specifically him?
Well, because I know my mom always knew his birthday. And so when I saw the death certificate, it has his birthday on it, and it has a California Social Security number, and it's exactly with his middle name and everything.
Okay. Does your birth certificate have your dad's name on it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
So a couple years ago.
So they split. Your parents split, and she lost tabs.
Right.
Okay.
And so come to find out, my wife talks to Social Security, and they're like, well, there's nothing we could do. So I go down to Social Security with my wife, and I'm like, you know what, listen, there's a death certificate. Couldn't you just do something for me? Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, there's nothing we can do. And then I'm just like begging to the lady, and she goes, listen, if I were you, what I would do is I would write a letter, and then I would actually leave it here, and I might mail that out to whomever it might be that may have gotten this Social Security money.
Nice.
And if they decide they want to respond to you, they can.
So somebody did get some Social Security money from them.
Right. So I go, well...
Are you entitled into these Social Security benefits?
I don't care about that.
I know, but still,
I don't know.
It'd be nice to have a little extra cash. At least he gave you something, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, how many letters should I write? And she goes, well, if it were me, I would write 2.
Oh.
I go, okay. So I write the letters and I send them out. 4 days later, I get a call, and this guy's like, my name's Billy, and I'm your brother, and my dad was Brian Renn. I'm like, really?
Snap.
And he was born in 82, so he's just turning 30. Mm-hmm. So I started talking to him, and it's like becomes this huge bromance. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I never talk on the phone, ever. I hate the phone.
Don't tell F. Travis Bowley.
I spent, I'm not kidding you, 55 straight days of 3, 4, 5 hours a day of talking to him. I mean, it was amazing. It was like
just recapping what you're like. What are you trying to find out more about your dad, or more about
all of it?
Your half brother. You just discovered half brother.
Yeah, it was just kind of a all around, all encompassing thing. So the other person, by the way, was his mom, who was never actually married to my dad, but was with him for 7 or 10 years in California law. That's a
common law,
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So last April, last April, I fly out and go visit my brother. This is after we've been talking for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And he lives in Oregon, and so he decides that he picks me up from the airport, but he takes me over to this hotel.
Yeah.
And that his sister runs, and so I guess they're maybe trying to feel me out a little bit. I was
not your half sister.
No, but all of his brothers and sisters all call my dad Dad.
Gotcha.
They all think of him as their dad.
But they're not. He's not the biological father of them.
Right, exactly, because they're closer to my age. So after a couple days at this hotel and doing the whole family thing and all that thing, he's like, "Do you want to just come back over to my house for a week?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes.
And so I go stay at his house for a week, and it was amazing. When I left, I was crying, and it was fairly touching. Pretty
that
dang
sounds
cool.
very touching. I think we've actually through, like I said, Facebook and the internet. I think we've been able to get him on the phone.
No way.
No, I think we did. Let's see if we can pull him up right now. This is who? Brian? He said.
Billy
Renn. Billy, are you there?
Yeah.
Billy, is this Billy Renn, Chris's half brother?
Oh, that loser. Yeah. We kind of claim him.
Oh, well, that's not. And you've talked 55 days in a row with this guy.
Well, his name's Billy Bader. Just to let you know.
Oh, Billy Bader.
Well, honestly, I don't have much else to do.
So I guess you're lucky that your half brother was bored.
Came along to fill some of that dead time.
Yeah.
No doubt.
What was your first impressions of Chris when you met him at the was it Eugene Airport? Is it Oregon?
PDX.
Yeah.
Portland.
Let's just say that he's follically challenged.
Oh wow! So I guess, unlike yourself, were you guys checking each other out, or?
Well, he might have been checking me out. I kind of got that vibe from him.
Well, you said there was a bromance. Any on your part?
Oh, you're
No,
gay for me.
not
That's
at all.
okay. Don't worry.
So was your dad bald?
No, he wasn't Paul.
Did you skip a generation?
Yeah. No, it goes on your mom's side.
Did your brother look anything like you? Do you guys look alike at all?
Not a lot. I mean,
much
there is something
better
about him that
looking
is very
than he is.
distinctly like me.
Oh, you said he's much better looking.
What'd
Yeah.
you do with all that Social Security money?
Yeah, what'd you do with all the Social Security checks?
Hookers and blow.
Wow.
Well, no, he lives in Oregon. It's just mostly good green.
Is your brother married? Because he talks like he's single.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
hippie
is
chicks.
married. He's got 2 wonderful kids. And
Tell us about your kids, Billy.
Are they bald?
Those little bastards, well,
Is this Jerry? We're talking to Sandusky from prison. That's what I feel like. Okay.
You and your brother are quite opposite.
Yeah, we're a little
They
different.
just didn't pull out quick enough.
Wow.
He must have got your mom's personality.
I was going to say,
your
this guy doesn't sound anything
personal-
like you.
I know.
Billy, thanks for calling in. I
hater.
appreciate that. It's not exactly, Montel, but it'll do.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate the phone call, half bro. No, that's very interesting, and maybe we should get him on sometime.
We should.
That'd be kind of interesting.
He'll talk some serious crap.